Welcome you guys to our reflective video. We are the survivors, and today we will review the lesson analyzing the marketing environment. First of all, let's go into the objective. What we are going to look through is the environmental forces. We will be discussing what are the environmental forces that affect the company ability. And the second one is societal forces related to macro environment. We will look through some of the most basic example of microenvironment that can have effect on the company, such as demographics, technology, political and natural elements. And the third one is the company needs reaction. We will discuss how company react to the marketing environment. And let's go straight into the marketing environment. It is include of two basic types. First of all is the microenvironment, which it consists of actors close to the company that affect its ability to engage customers. And the second one is microenvironment, the the outer factor that does affect into the company as well. It is not controlled by the company, but influence its development like the microenvironment.
The cooperation. And there's some actor here that I want to mention. That is the supplier, marketing intermediaries, and the company itself. The next one will be the public and the competitor. So in order to gain more advantage by positioning superior offerings, company must know their competitor and the public truly. And last but not least is the customer market. It is also the most essential actor as well because the aim of marketing is to engage and build strong customer relationship. And there are some type of customer market. Consumer market consists of individual or household that buy goods for personal consumption. This is market buy goods for users in production process, while reseller market buy to resell at a profit. And government market consists of buyers who use the product for public service. And international market consists of all these types of market across the border.
Now, the macroenvironment are larger societal forces that affect the microenvironment and consist of 6 different factors, which are demographic environment, economic environment, natural environment, technological environment, political or social environment, and finally, cultural environment. Let's talk about demographic environment. So demography is the study of human population in terms of size, density, location, age, gender, face, occupation, and other statistics. Changes in demography can result in changes in the market. There are some important demographic trends in today's world that a good marketer should definitely follow. In the developed world, there are often generational differences to be found. Baby boomers are the 78 million people born during the years of following the World War II and last until about 1964. This generation is well known for their consumer behavior of buying items that can last for a lifetime. Generation X are the 45 million people born between 1965 and 1976 in the birthday following the baby boomer. This generation is popular for their consumer behavior of using alternate type of purchases such as credit card or credit debit card. The Generation Y or the millennials are the 83 million children of the baby boomers born between about 1977 to the year of 2000. This generation characterized by a high comfort in terms of using technology. And finally, we have Generation Z, which is the people born later than the year 2000 up until now. Now, the economic environment consists of various economic factors that affect on consumer purchasing power and spending patterns. Countries vary in characteristics. Some can be considered industrial countries, while others can be subsistence countries, consuming most of their own output. In between developing countries that offer marketing opportunities, the BRIC countries consist of Brazil, Russia, India, and China are the leading group of fast expanding nations. There are also changes to customer spending patterns, such as recent recessions, which can lead to lifestyle changes. Marketers should also pay close attention to the income distribution and income levels of the customers. Natural environment involves natural resources that are needed as inputs by marketers or that are affected by marketing activities. Changes in this environment involve an increase in shortage of raw materials, increased pollution, and increased governmental intervention. Environmentally sustainability involves developing strategies and practices that can create a world of economy that the planet can support indefinitely. Take Apple and the new iPhone lineup for example, 100% recyclable aluminum and a commitment of 2% of profit per sale in contributing to regrow the Amazon forest. The technological environment consists of forces that create new technology, create new products, and market opportunities. It can provide great opportunities as well as come with certain dangers that good marketers should notice. Amazon and Uber are some great examples of how technology should be applied in order to scale the business fast and effectively. Political environment consists of laws, government agencies, and pressure groups that influence and limit various organizations and individuals in given society. Current trends in our world today are increasing legislation affecting business globally and thus increase in governmental influence on businesses. There's also an increase in emphasis on ethics and operating societal responsibilities. Cost-related marketing refers to company linking themselves to meaningful causes to improve their their company image. The cultural environment involves instructions and other forces that affect society's basic values, perceptions, preferences, and even behaviors. Cultural factors influence how people think and consume. Core beliefs are fundamental and passed on by parents and reinforced by the environment. Secondary beliefs are more open to change. People can vary in their views on themselves, on others, or other organizations, but can also in their views of society, nature, and even the universe. So, what are the right response that companies should do to the marketing constantly changing environment? Well, instead of being reactive, take price steps, think out of the box, and be proactive are what I should do in order to thrive in the age of technology.
Okay, hi. Today I'm gonna share my reflection on Chapter 4, Managing Marketing Information to Gain Customer Insight. This chapter helps us to understand the importance of customer insights, the process of marketing research, analyze and use information, and then discuss some issues in marketing researching, such as public policies and ethics issues. Okay, let's begin. Customer insights are understandings of the inner thought and desire that influence customer behavior and purchasing decisions. Customer insights are very important for the reason that companies will build customer value, engagement, and relationship based on them. Take Omo as an example. Mothers always want their children to grow, but are afraid of stains on their children's clothes. Capturing that insight, um, they conducted a communication campaign named Just Eat Good with the message that let your children have fun and develop while the stains have been taken care by Omo. However, these information are difficult to obtain. Why? Because needs and buying motives are often unclear and customers are not always willing to provide this information. So in the next part, I will show you about the marketing information system. Um, to know how company obtain, manage, and use customer insight. The MIS system includes three steps, as you can see in the slides. First of all, the customer insight team must define what information that they need from the user. The second step is developing needed information by using internal data, marketing intelligence, and marketing research. Okay, so internal database are collection of information about customer and market which are obtained from within the company. Internal data can be a strong base for competitive advantage of the company. For example, customer feedback, which is recorded by the customer service department, can be considered as internal data. Competitive marketing intelligence is the act of assessing, collecting, and analyzing publicly available information about customer, competitor, and marketing environment. Okay, next, Hugh, one of my teammates, will cover the rest content of this chapter.
So thank you for full presentation. Now we're coming to marketing research. The definition of marketing research is a more detailed process to conduct retail details insight about the customers and their specific situation. That is consisting of four main steps, and we are going to find out those steps right now. The first step is to define the problems and goals. This is considered one of the most difficult and the most important thing to achieve in our four of these steps, because it is hard to do the right thing at first and also do it precisely, because if you done it like wrong or off track, you might need to abandon all of it and you must do it from scratch again. Take an example like from Netflix, a company with $1 billion income, they must spend about 5% of those income into this particularly first step. So we are seeing $1 million step right here. Coming to the next step is to forming a research plan to gather information from two of these main sources, from secondary source and primary source. Secondary data is information that already exists somewhere, however it might be irrelevant or even useless to use for your purpose. On the other hand, primary data is obtained through your own sources and serve for your own purpose. And we should get to know some of the main approach to gain primary data. The first one is observation approach. It is to target the people behaviors and will pattern. Take an example in Footlong Coffee, we have two different separate lineup. The first one is coffee, traditional coffee, and those milkshake and things that are familiar with our Gen Z Gen Z and those youngsters. But Fulong noticed a thing that in their line of customers, there are also elderly and those who like to drink healthy, so they design the separate thing that is called the healthy lineup with those ingredients from the nature and kind of stuff like that. And the next thing is through the survey. The survey is the most effective way to just gathering information in a large quantity of people through community survey as an example. The next thing is the experimental research. Take example in this picture. In the version A, we only have the product's price and the offer you get. But into the next version, you also get the product's price, but also a time ticking clock. The purpose of this is to make the customer to decide as quick as possible so they cannot change their mind afterward. Also, the next thing is the contact method. This is used through just like direct a group of 6 to 10 people. This is not very effective and very expensive to use, and sometimes doesn't hold the true meaning because the customer sometimes tend to have their lies and not telling their true feelings. So the next thing is online behavior and behavior targeting. This is one of the most famous way to gathering information about customer. Take example in like Google, sometimes they just use your microphone and hear you talking, like not in a creepy way, but the way that they can hear what are you discussing about, what are you thinking, so that they can just gather information and popping up the advertisement in your phone. Same as YouTube, they're using the algorithm to keep attract you to watch their videos and to get more advertisement of it, and Shopee also. Coming to sampling plan, it is a studying of small proportion of population in order to represent the population as a whole. This thing we must consider three things: sampling unit, who needs to be in this plan, and the sample size, like how many of them, and finally sampling procedure and how people should be choose. Next thing is the research instrument. There are two kinds of it. The first thing is questionnaires. It is the most common instrument. It is very flexible and have a only question is to wording and orders of questions. The next one is the mechanical instruments. It is used to monitor consumer behavior like their personalities, informations, and the reaction. It is very difficult to operate, but and it is also often combined with other methods to enhance the efficiency to get the best output. The next step in this list is to implementing marketing research plan. It is to collecting, processing, and analyzing data. We must aware of any crisis or incorrections and finally sorting out crucial information and insights. And in our final step is to interpreting and reporting the findings. We must interpret findings, draw out conclusions, and finally report it. Should inform noticeable information to assist decision-making process. This is must be combined with the researchers and the manager should get in touch in order to make this efficiency. So how do companies analyze and apply information for marketing purposes? The first thing is the customer relationship management, which is called CRM. This is definitely involves managing detailed information about individual customers and carefully managing customer touch points to maximize customer loyalty. And finally, the big data and marketing analysis. This is one of the most common way to attract informations about customer, because when you're hearing this information, tons of gigabytes of customer information and lots of more things occur around the world is gathered in this big data. And that's it. Thank you for listening to our presentation.